Hello. So today I'm making a video about being almost 30 and living with your parents. Now I put parents in air quotes because I actually live with my father and his wife in their fucking mansion, which I'm not bragging about because none of it's mine. So this is what I'd like to say about being a college graduate, master's degree and all, and being almost 30, I have probably another 7 months or so, and living with my parents. So number one is you always get a lot of shit from people, especially people who have already moved out of their house. And most of the times, those are the people that are either like coupled up with somebody or have roommates with somebody, like roommates sharing rent. And turns out all of my relationships have so far thus far failed for various reasons, cheating, of course. So I am currently single, which basically a two-person income doesn't really work in this situation. And since I live in Westchester, New York, all of the rents are up the ass high. So, you know, your typical like one bedroom can span between like $1,200 to $1,700 depending on where. Now, yeah, I could go live in the ghetto, sure, why the fuck not? But you know what? I just can't, because I'm used to the standard of living. Yeah, it's called safety. Right. So let me break it down real quick. I went to undergrad, got a pointless degree. I went and got my master's, got an awesome degree, and fucking loved it. Took me a few skips and jumps and falling outs to get a job that I actually liked, where I make more, but let me rephrase, make less than what I'm actually worth. So, on top of that, if you've gone to school, you have student loans, which I definitely do. I think I was at $70,000 in student loans at some point. So when I asked my rich father to borrow some money so I could pay my loan off faster, he told me no, because his 3 houses and his cars and timeshares and tropical places got in the way of that. Now, I'm not ungrateful. I completely, wholeheartedly am appreciative of all he and his wife have done to let me live in their basement and survive and between my jobs and, you know, pay my student loans. And yes, very appreciative, but you know, come on, give me a fucking break with your golden pony. So let me also say, I've had now the same job for a year, so I'm hoping to get a raise. If I just get a slight raise, maybe like $5,000-ish, then I can start to look for places that I can actually afford and survive. Okay, so what happened? I came out of school, I got $70,000 in debt. Oh my god, what am I gonna do? Because guess what? It's real. You owe them money. It's fucking real. And they're gonna come after you, and they're gonna take your life. So I had 2 choices. I had my life savings, which was basically around 20 grand, 25 grand. And I was like, if I just got 10 more grand, which was what I was asking my father for the loan for, and I already created a payment plan where I was gonna pay him back in cash every month for 18 months and give him back all of his money. Couldn't happen, no. So, I just needed 10 more grand so I could just pay off one. There's 2 loans. I had to pay off one whole $30,000 loan. Boom. So, the projected outlook of interest was $40,000 on top of the $30,000 I owned for one loan, and double that with another loan, so that's $70,000 in total. Was going to cost me 140 grand at some point in my life by the time I was done paying it in 30 years. And guess what? I decided instead of looking for an apartment with a job I was unsure of I was going to be keeping, I decided to start paying down one loan completely. Like, I'm talking like I didn't spend one red fucking cent. I cashed cans. If I wanted to go out, it's from can money. I was very, very strict on my budget, and in 8 months instead of 30 years, I paid off $30,000, depleted my life savings, and now here I am. After that, it's been 3 months. I did that in end of August. So I've had 3 full months of actually like taking in my paycheck and actually being able to save it so I can get the fuck out of here, because it sucks, okay? Yeah, you know what? Here's the thing about that. No, it sucks, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because it's like living with a bunch of roommates. Actually, it is, because sometimes he rents the rooms out upstairs, so you never know who's really you're gonna find in the house. It doesn't really matter because I'm single, but there's zero privacy, and it's a very communal environment in spaces, and if you haven't seen us on TV, go on the Lifetime Movie Network and watch Psychic Intervention. You could watch our whole fairy tale of fucked upness. So, yeah, it sucks. I hate it. I absolutely fucking hate it. My room's in the basement, so I get no heat or air when everybody else upstairs does. My room down here has, like, the laundry room, so whenever people please, they can come down here and do laundry, which also sucks. You know, you never know who's in the fridge, so you can't really have your own food, so I got my own fridge. It's like, whatever. And no, I don't pay nearly as much as people in other places. That's definitely not even what I'm complaining about. It's just there's no privacy and it sucks. Hashtag first world problems? I don't know. So anyways, I paid off one entire loan and now I have one $30,000 loan left with the exact same, constituents. You know, it's going to take 30 years. By the time I pay it off, it's going to be doubled with the interest, and so I'm only paying my monthly payment on that and shooting a little bit extra. But I'm telling you, every month I was dropping $2,000 on my student loan, and when it came to August, after 8 months, I was like, I'm gonna take my entire life savings. I even went to my boss. I went to my boss and said, do I have job security for the next 6 months? Because I needed to make sure before I deplete my life savings, if something goes wrong, that I can't be screwed and I'm not gonna be getting a paycheck. And he was like, of course you're gonna have job security, silly goose you. Well, he didn't exactly say those words. So I said, okay, I got confirmation from work. I have my life savings, and I went, boom, done. So now I'm recouping my savings so I can get out of here. Because you know what's real great? When you go to family functions and people are like, oh, you're still living at your parents' house. You know what? Fuck you, because you probably have the same student loans. And guess what? At least I already paid half of mine off. And you know what? The other one I can live with. I can live with a $200 payment for the rest of my life. I really can. I give zero fucks about that. So now I'm in this in-between place where I have no control and I just have to wait to get all these paychecks so I can save enough to get out of here. So now that's where I'm at now, and I would like to say if anyone is living at home with their parents because of a similar situation, like, don't be so hard on yourself and don't fucking care about what people say, because you know what, have a plan, set a goal, and do it, because you know what, it'll come eventually. And frankly, half the people who are out there and living the dream and have the house and the kids, well, there's a reason for that. It's because they have a fucking partner to live with. And you know what? If you don't, you don't. Guess what? Some of us are not that attractive. I mean, what can I say? Some of us are only gifted in bed. I mean, and for that to happen, you actually have to, like, sleep with said person. So, I don't know. So don't be so hard on yourself and just keep working at it, because guess what? There's gonna be days where you wanna fucking kill yourself. There is. And then you'll get through it. So when you feel like you're gonna kill yourself, just look for apartments. Just go on Craigslist. Look for apartments, see what you find, boost yourself up a little bit, because you're working hard and you're doing it right. You know what? You did everything right. You just gotta keep at it. Holy shit, am I having a video to myself? Right? I should watch my own video, right? Okay, well, that's all I gotta say. Yeah. Fuck living at home, though. It fucking sucks, but you know what? In the end, it'll be worth it. So, that's all I gotta say. We're done!